Angelo, your mic is on. Please say hello to the listeners, of Afrikaaps Radio.
Hallo luisteraars en hallo streamers daar buitekant. Baie dankie vir julle wat ingetune het en baie dankie vir Messie en dokter wat vir my geïnviteerd het na die radiostasie toe vir vandag.
Ja nee, is ons 'n plesier, 'n groot plesier om vandag vir u vandag in die ateljee te hê saam met ons. Ons gaan sommer so Engels en Afrikaans gaan mengel, mos kan toe sê vandag en ek is dankbaar dat u saam met my is. And Angelo, your journey started somewhere. Tell us a little bit about who you are.
Eerstens is ek 'n vader en dan is ek 'n man, 'n getrouwde man.
Papa.
Ja, dat is seker een van die twee belangrijkste goedes voor mij. Dan werk ik intussen, ik werk voor het Department of Health.
Wow.
Ons doen medical bursaries en zulke goedes.
Wow.
So, ik is in die Mosselbaai geboren. Meeste van die tijd in Kraaifontein groot geraakt. En toen ik trouw, toen schreef ik weg Kelsevier toe. So, ik is nou eigenlijk daar. En dan, als je moet vragen waar dit begint, ik denk dat het net zo 21. Mijn dochter en mijn vrouw was in het hospitaal geweest, toen kwam hij zo mee naar mij toe. En toen zei hij van mij, ze moet eigenlijk die app kijken. En de eerste video wat ik gezien had was Cedric Lagumas. En ik had het zo snaaks gevonden en ik dacht, ik kan ook die doen. Maar daar was ik zo een maand in het. En het ik net gescrolld hier en zeker hier april 2021 toen ik mijn eerste video gemaakt.
Nee, kijk, ik onthou dat, because when I discovered you, I realized, sure, maar die man is snacks, but it comes naturally, But hoe het gevoel, how did it feel that very first time that you did that TikTok?
Ik kan niet zeker onthou nie, maar het was like, okay, that's, ik weet niet, ik kan niet gewoon onthou, want het was like, in het begin is het maar net, zij doen het maar net voor fun. Wel, ik doe het nou nog steeds voor fun, maar het was net like, kom een strijd die dingen. Ik was niet goed die, maar mijn eerste een was niet goed die.
Het was goed. Ik wil niet gauw voor mensen groet. I've got Joshua Kanye that's tuned in. I say hello, afternoon, Angelo. Afternoon, welcome to Afrikaaps Radio, and thank you for supporting Angelo this afternoon. Of course, I've got Aerodine. She says hello, Lady C. She says I must listen to Angelo. I love his mom. Joshua say laches, gelaches.
Thank you guys.
Angelo, the journey. And of course, we heard that he's got a day job, and that is nogal oulik for me, nee? Because we can do both. Having your day job, being responsible, doing what you need to do. But then you also get to love what you do.
Yes.
What you really want to do. Of course, your day job is what you want, you love, you like that, you love that too. But this, comedy, doing TikToks is what you really, really love.
Yes, I fell in love with making people laugh actually. Because sometimes, hoe kan ik zeggen, ga ik zelf deur misschien iets in. Als ik een video maak wat ik denk, die gaat nog wel funny is. En ik krijg die respons af en af. Het post niet jou, hoe kan ik zeggen, jouw zelfesteem. Of niet zoals die persoon, maar het kijkt wat het geniet in hulle uit hulle ding uithaal. Waar ik maak bijvoorbeeld misschien een klein, hulle squat misschien. En hulle kyk nou een van die video's en dan lag hulle klaar. In die moment wat net hy wegvat. Sê hulle van my wanneer die comments inkom. Of wanneer ek ook self het ek hier een van my video's kyk en denk, hoe het ek die gedoen?
Angelo, now everybody is saying, I love his mom, his mom, his mom. Tell us about this lady that features as your mom in hierdie TikToks. Tell us about that lady, precious woman.
Antisie, ongelukkig vir die luisteraars en streamers. Hulle Antisie is nie my ma nie.
Okay.
Antisie het een keer uitgereach na my toe. Ek dink het was about 2 jaar terug het sy uitgereach na my toe. Sy was bezig met 'n community outreach ding is. En sy het my gevra om vir haar te help. Dus ek kan nie regtig help, maar ek kan probeer help om vir haar te assist, om followers te kry en net sy eie stem en alles daai klomp goedes. Maar in die proses wat ons die meeting het, want ons het toe 'n meeting gehad en sê ek, die auntie is snaaks, ek kan amper sê freak snaaks. Die auntie is freak snaaks. En ons gesels en sy hou my aan die lag en alles die klomp goed is. En toe sê ek, okay, die wat ons nou oor gesels het, hou die, ons doen die video. En as ek weet nie of jy luisteraars en die streamers weet, dat ons is nooit saam in 'n plek om as ons 'n video maak. Ja, 'n paar video's waar ons saam is, maar wat sal is eerder sy sal vir my iets stuur wat sy idee het, of ek stuur vir 'n skrip om te sê, okay, ek wil hê jy moet die doen, en dan doen sy haar part en dan sit ek dit by mekaar, en edit ek dit by mekaar en dan post ons dit so.
Okay, nou weet ons ook dit, but you know, that was not something that I didn't know.
Ja, soos ek gesê het, like, ek werk so, om by haar uit te kom, sy bly in die eerste rivier, ek bly in die Kelse weer, om by haar uit te kom, was onmoontlik, so, hoe ons content gemaak het, was, sy stuur op WhatsApp vir my, en dan sit ek die goeders by mekaar, en baie kere, dan is het miskien een tyd van haar kant af, en dan moet ek miskien net myself insit, so ons sal miskien op WhatsApp oor idee gesels, waaroor ons praat. Dan sê ek, okay, ek soek die, haal die miskien, of so. En dan sit een tyd wat sy my stuur, en dan kat ek dit net op en slikkies, en dan voeg ek myself in vir die responses.
Yo, that's amazing, because it lyk soos julle in een vertrek is. It always looks like that. You know, wanneer sy sê, Angelo, dan denk ek, like, Angelo is daar binne, then you coming out.
Out, ja.
You know, by the, whatever vertrek jy in was, in you,
Die gangetjie.
Ja, die gangetjie, het bly nie. Is dat jy ook die gangetjie in jou
As
huis?
by my, ja.
Okay, nou, that is good. En dan denk ek net, ja, die mense is allemaal goed, jong. You know, but maybe I was just concentrating on
What we're saying.
On what you were saying, because it is so snaaks that, like you said earlier on, it really, really, het haal jou uit as jy nie lekker voel, man.
Yeah.
Then it really, really just makes you feel lekker afterwards. So I will always scroll and look for your TikToks.
Thank you.
Because it really makes your day. And like, daar's lekker stories agter, man.
Ja, soos obviously het ons gesien dat mense likes as sy vir my uitskel, of ek miskien 'n prank op het. So, ons het, in die begin was het like, okay, ons maak net video's, maar achterna het was daar meer strategy in het, en met sy wat, hopelijk is sy nie kwaad vir my, maar tyd is sy nie, maar sy sê op die brood, soos uit be positive. Dan het ons nou probeer om 'n klein boodskapie in te sit in terme van goedes wat mense miskien nie weet nie, of net so 'n klein spin in te sit, is funny, maar relatable, maar daar is ook 'n klein story wat iemand uit dit kan vat, wat ons dan agterna begin insit.
Because that is what I started noticing, that you actually, there's a story there, or you're trying to bring an awareness to something. You know, soos jy sê, aan die begin was dit nou julle die jokes en die, especially soos ek highlighted of about the washing that you did and you found the money in your pocket.
Yes.
You know, en dan praat sy van die pasta, ek gaan die pasta inkry vir jou, Angelo. Ek dink ek pasta gaan jou uit, dan sê Angelo, jo mami, hoe is mami aan soep?
Maar dat is wat gebeur in ons huise. Ek meen, like, my ma het my baie so, like, baie kere dan is dit iets wat my ma miskien vir my gesê het, wat ek was, en die sê, kan ons die try nie?
Yeah.
En dan sê sy, okay, cool, kom ons doen die, you know?
I love the way that she's game for it. I love the way that she's tapping into her talents.
Yes.
You know, but so mense kan lekker jokes vertel hulle, but they don't realize that it's actually a gift.
Yes, it is.
That not just anyone can go and stand on a stage and hold someone with a joke. Because mense is baie selective. Hulle gaan nie net na enige jokes luister nie.
Ja, soos as ek vir julle, like, ek sê altyd vir mense, like, in persoon is ek glad nie snaaks nie. Ek is baie stil en skramerig.
Ek sien so.
Maar die goed is wat ek dink is funny though. Like, en as ek alleen by die huis is en is voor 'n camera en niemand is voor my nie, is het maklik om die goedes te doen van my. Maar omdat niemand my kyk nie, maar aan te sien in natuur is freak snaaks, regtig waar.
And I appreciate that, because like we said earlier on, you know, our people of color, they're getting such a lot of exposure today in this time that it makes my heart swell. Ek is trots op ons mense, you know, because now they're not standing back for anyone anymore.
That's true.
You know, because that's now a platform vir hulle, and they bring out the best in what, you know, they are good at, and that is storytelling. But ons kleerling mense, ons is goed in stories vertel. You know, there's sound effects with it as well.
Yes.
You know, to loop ek om die try en to sien ek hoe kakwa. You know, those kind of things, you know. Those kind of things. We are natural storytellers.
Ek dink nie net like in my opinie, like ek dink Suid-Afrikaners in general, ek is ook al besig met 'n comedy ding waar ek dit verduidelik, like Suid-Afrikaners is actually baie snaaks. Like kan ek jou een joke vertel?
Yes, of course, please. We want to.
Ek vertel die op die stand-up nou, like hoe ek is lief vir Suid-Afrika, like Chasing the Sun, like die beeld uit, jy kan nie emotions kry van het. En
the book, the movie van die boeke, ja, dat is 'n goeie movie.
En die wys net, like, ek het gehuil wat ek die ding gekyk het, maar nou probeer ek vir mense verduidelik, as ek op stage is, hoe lief is ek vir Suid-Afrika, maak ek the good, the bad, alles, because waar sy lief is vir 'n kind, vir sy die kind met sy bad sides en alles, en so lief is ek vir Suid-Afrika.
Ja.
En ek ga na 'n mall toe, en ek sien, maar ek is dan by 'n fancy mall en ek hoor die geluid. En ek hoor die geluid. Ek denk, waar vanaf kom die perde? Waar vanaf kom die perde? En soos ek kom die draai gaan, toe sien ek is 'n bra wat stad in Kosa. So, like,
for me.
Alles like van ons, of Suid-Afrikaners, is net freak snacks. Alles wat ons doen, alles wat ons sê, ja.
And that's what people love to say, only in South Africa.
Yes.
Only in South Africa. En ons, die goed wat ons op en uitdink vir my, it's unique.
Yes.
No one else can do it that way.
Yes.
Like you said, the good, the bad, the ugly. You know, we have to acknowledge that there's real talent in South Africa, but there's also real love in South Africa. You know, it's hidden, but it's there.
That's there.
It's
definitely
there. Just quickly, you know, there's an ad break. Like I was busy on the Two Oceans this weekend, you know, and I did the sweeper bus. Waar die runners gaan optel wat nie meer kan nie, man.
Yeah.
En kyk, hulle wil nie nie, sy moet hulle in die bus trek, hulle wil nie, leave me. I was like, you can't anymore, you need to, you know, get into this bus. But what stood out for me was, like, because you're a marshal and you have to run up and down and do your thing, you know, I was running up and down and I saw all these people, you know, they were not family of the runners at all, because I asked, but they had beverages for them. Mm-hmm. Hulle het lekkertjies, aardappels het hulle gehad, gekookte aardappels vir die runners. They had things there, and I said, but is this for, who is this? They said, no, we're just here in support.
Yeah.
And I thought, I actually took some photos.
Yeah.
And I thought, I want to remember this. When I see a bad thing about South Africa, I want to remember that there's good things and good people also in South Africa. So you are absolutely right. But apart from being one of our best TikTokers, right?
Wow.
Yes,
wow.
Definitely. In my book, stry, steen het hy boodskap, stry, ek sê vir julle. One of our best TikTokers, right? Now you've stepped into something else also. You are creating a platform for comedians. How did that come together?
Ja, om eerlijk te wees, was het vir my, ek weet nie wat my ouderdom is nie. Ek het nou dat uitgeraak en ek het myself gesê, ek probeer myself leer ken en myself probeer in goed te sit waar ek ongemakkelijk in is, zodat ek myself kan leer ken, zodat ek het kleinkinders, so ek wil vir hulle be able to om hy advice te kan gee, omdat ek al klaar in hy situations gewees het. En met al die goedes wat ek nou heiliglik besig om te doen, ek is op Radio Afrikaaps, ek het 'n show daar so. Met al die goedes het ek probeer sê, okay, vir my om 'n comedian te wees, markeer ek stage time nommer 1.
Yes, that's right.
En as ek nou elke Woensdag aan observatory moet gery het, hy is like baie lang tyd weg van die familie en al sy klomp goedes. Toe dink ek, okay, cool. Kom ons probeer 'n plek kry in die northern suburbs waar daar nie is. Daar is een, ek dink is DNA Cafe waar daar is.
Nathan Nadal, ja.
Ja. So daar is ene, maar ene waar ek kan kan sê okay, ek gaan genoeg tydsaam kan kry en ek kan vir ander comedians ook in die area 'n bietjie ook van 'n platform kan gee om stage time te kry. By DNA is daar net 'n sekere amount, of by my ook is ook net 'n sekere amount, maar daar's altyd mense wat maak so ons probeer meer, hoe kan ek sê, room maak vir mense dat hulle kan platform kry. Ja.
You know, I like that. And how many times a month do you have those?
So ek het dit een keer 'n maand. Dat is maar nou die tweede show gewees, laasweek Woensdag. Wat ons het, so ons het dit nou weer in volgende maand in.
Absolutely, that's awesome. So, I mean, this is a random thing, you know. Maybe you have a way of doing your marketing, but I mean, if there's somebody that thinks they are funny, can they contact you?
Yes, definitely, they can. Serious people will email me. The reason why I ask people to email me, because I know they will be serious, is because I give my number out to people, and then in the middle of the night people will phone me. Kijk hier, kan vir Angel ook. Het is so, het is. Hele paar keer het mense al my gefone in die nag en maar met die nommer niet uitgee.
Yes, absolutely, because we learn. We learn, you know, that you can't give your number to just anyone. You try to avoid that topic, you know, of having to give your number, and the email is the next best thing, because you know, Dan, you know, you can check your emails when it's time for you to then start your day.
Yes.
And so on, and of course you respect your family and respect your wife and so on. And then you've also started rapping.
I can't say. Voordat ek sê ek het begin rap. Ek het actually in die begin, wat ek begin in TikTok, het ek 'n paar songs gemaak. Maar ek kan nie sê ek is 'n rapper nie. Net soos ek mense sien my lip sync goed is en sê, "Oh, jy act kwai." Ek kan nie sê ek is 'n actor nie, want daai mense gaan study vir dit. Hulle sit ure in vir dit. Ek kan maar net sê ek het 'n couple of songs. So ja, ek kan nie myself 'n rapper doen nog nie.
Well, I thought it was good.
Thank you.
I thought it was good. Ek het gelag vir die bicycle en vir, you know, die kind se what is that thing wat so geraad, die scooter.
Die scooter.
So you do all of those things on your own property, in your garage and all of that?
Nee, die songs doen ek saam met Dr. Hy is 'n rapper.
Yes,
So en dis ook wat ek like, hoe kan ek sê, ek kan nie credit vat vir die rappie, want hy help my baie. Like, ek sal miskien idees kry waar ek sê, okay, ek wil hê jy moet die stukkie moet sin maak met die.
Ja.
Maar ek skryf nie self en like, you know, dis ook wat ek kan credit vat vir dit, maar net die songs doen ons by sy huis. Maar al die ander goedes doen ek by my huis.
And I think it's so good. Want ek luister ook na die woorde. I listen to what you are saying, and then again there's a message there that you so what is die boodskap deur die rapping? Is it just random rapping, or is there a message that you want to send out to the world?
As dit by die rap kom, wil ek graag like 'n positive vibe hê met die rap. Maar daar's raps waar dit weer like, ek weet nie hoe ek mag sê, maar gat maak rap. Maar like is dit like have fun type of so type of ding, maar ek dink doen dit lekker was is 'n song waar ek en hy gedoen het, waar ek kom sê dat ek soek net 'n vibe, want as jy hoor op TikTok is dit beef, die en alles daai kom goed te sê. Ek soek net 'n lekker vibe song wat mense kan hulle self geniet, want ja, positive, hoe kan ek nou sê, positivity. Almal sê positivity, maar ek probeer regtig waar om net heeltyd positief te wees. My eie personal life kan ek miskien 'n bietjie negatief wees of tyd maak vir sulke goedes, want obviously as yin and yang, you know.
Yes, I love that. I like what you said, that because you're normal. You're a normal human being. You know, we go through things and we have our down times and we have times where we're not feeling well. But we've got a lady by the name of Felicia. She says, "Good afternoon, Awe Angelo."
Awe Felicity.
I'm following you and your mom.
Is it like so?
Is it? That's good. And but you know what, for me is also this will grow because now you're tapping into things. You did the TikToking. You're opening up the platforms for up and coming comedians because there's, like you said, there's no stage for them. You know, as Jay Snacks, then you must go and try it and see. You know, who is the community that likes your style?
Yes.
Because of course they have different styles of doing things. Yeah?
Yeah, like in anything, like with any product, there's a market for certain things. So, and if you find your market, or as jy jou marke vind, dan weer intap, anders gaan het, wat is die ding se naam, een need is wat die geblus word. As jy verstaan wat ek meen.
Ek hoor jy, because there will always be this fire burning, always been then, dan as jy ouer word, dan denk jy, ja nou, hoekom het ek nie, man, hoekom het ek nie. But like you say, you're 38 years old, and of course, if you were a shy guy naturally, and then I suppose your wife is the very opposite. Or is she also shy?
I think she's also shy. I don't know. I tell people I'm an introvert, but when people look at me, they're like, no, you a friend, you talk to everybody. Like, so that's how I see myself as an introvert. But like, I do see what they are seeing when they say, no, but I'm friendly, I speak to everybody, I will have a conversation with anybody. But it's just, sometimes it feels awkward if that makes sense.
I hear what you're saying, because now, when you meet people, they are expectant. They're expecting Angelo, the comedian, you know, the TikToker, to engage with them. Dan vergeet mense, but you're also Angelo, the person.
Yeah.
And most of the time, with actors and people that is in the industry, they would say to you, but I'm actually a quiet person, you know. There's also one in the middle, when introvert and extrovert is the ambivert. So maybe you a bietjie van al twee.
Het kan wees, ek dink so.
A bietjie van al twee. Like someone said to me, oh, when you're in the house, you're quiet, but when you're out there, you're like this. I said, well, this is my safe space. You know, so I can just be quiet, be yourself, because out there you have to perform for the people. You know, because that is who you are. That is how they connected with you as a performer. So you have to constantly feed and give them that, you know.
Yeah.
So when you and your wife walk in the mall, dan wat gebeur dan?
Ja, like, sy sal, like, normally wat gebeur is, hulle sal, kom ek wat 'n foto, en dan vat sy die kinders, en dan schat sy maar aan, like, sy raak used to die. Maar nie ek nie nog so much, because even though ek geweet het, like, as ek, like, groot nommers uit kry, het gaan kom, maar is nog steeds iets om gewoon te raak, waar strangers net kom, hey, ek like jou goed, ek wil 'n foto vat, en alles hy. As jy wat ek like vloek. So ek kan een keer onthou wat ek by die strawberry farm gewees het. En my 2-year-old, hy gaan te kere, ons het sy bottel in die kar vergiet, en die persoon kon na my toe, en so ek wil 'n foto vat, maar hy sien die kind huil, en ek sê vir hom, brother, because met mense wat vir jou sien, nie verwag nie, maar in my mind voel ek, like, sy moet altyd nice wees, soos, ek ken 'n klomp ouens wat vir VP rugby speel, en ek kon sien hoe hulle is, en hulle is humble, en alles, hulle vat maar die foto, en so, en wie consider is van iemand anders se tyd, maar wanneer die kind huil, en sy, like, sy, en die vrou, nie skel jy maar, die een sê, vat die kind,
Kom jy die beeld opgegeen?
Sulke goed gebeur was in die
It's normal.
You know? En ek dink, like, ja nou, kom die brand, nou kom nou, ek kan sien die bly die kind huil.
And he should have said, okay, so die kind uit. Ons gaan nog hier wees, we can take a photo again.
As part van het, so, wat baat jy mens raak kwaad nie.
Yeah, absolutely, because now you're famous, you're out there, and the people see you, so they just expect, like you said.
Yes.
It's kind of sad also enough, dan verstaan mens, hoekom die well-known actors, they go to a afgeleë plek, you know, where nobody knows them, and then they walk around with hats, and hulle scruffy look, and all of that, so niemand vir hulle
vermommele.
Hulle that's cool. Tanya Samuels is tuned in. She says, good afternoon, ladies here in AKR family. Thank you so much for tuning in, Tanya. Appreciate your presence here. I'm going to give Angelo a little bit of a break, you know, to just ask some skep hierso. And then when I come back, I am going to continue the interview with Angelo. A little bit of Mr. Jimmy Gludlu for you. Survive. 0692459543 is the studio WhatsApp number if you would like to send me a message, if you'd like to send my studio guest a message, Angelo. And we all know who Angelo is. Ons ken vir Angelo se ma wat so skel met hom. Ons weet Angelo is die ou wat sommer 3 girls huis toe bring op hy selfde dag in die maas. Dit die Here gaan jou in die hande kry, Angelo. Ek gaan verpastig hou. Hulle squeal hom aan mekaar. I've got Tanya Samuel. She says, good afternoon, Angelo.
Good afternoon, Tanya.
Angelo, off air, we had some good conversation, and I asked you a question about your mom and your dad, and that was like a lach for my gewees because it was so real, what you said, but it was also so good, and I asked you, does your mother and your father support you? And you said, al 4.
Al 8.
Al 8. So it's maternal parents and then it's like the stiff
in-laws and stiff in-laws.
And that for me, was really, really just, it was a good laugh that we had, but it is the reality of, like people see you on TikTok, so they all skip die beeld van Angelo, nee? But now you're saying, this is who I am, and the things that touches you, touches me. En jy het miskien stief ouers, ek ook.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you become more real to people.
Yes.
And when you become real to people, they then have this thing that ek gaan hom support, man.
Thank you.
Ek gaan hom support because you are so authentic.
Thank you.
You are so authentic. Skaam is geraam, maar jy doen dit maar.
Thank you. Thank you, Mercy.
You're welcome, Angelo. If you're wondering what is happening here on Midday Connections this afternoon, I've got the TikToker and comedian in studio with me, Angelo Precies. And for those of you that is a TikTok lover, you would know exactly who I am talking about. And it's really a privilege for me. I never thought this would happen to me in my wildest dreams, and ek sit oorkant, an amazing person, individual. So when I leave and I watch his TikToks this afternoon, gaan ek met 'n different oog gaan ek dit kyk. Nee?
Yeah.
En vir my is dit net 'n groot eer om vir u vandag in die studio te hê saam.
Baie dankie, is vir my ook 'n groot eer om hier by Afrikaaps radio station te wees, regtig waar.
Yeah, don't let Mr. Easter River. Yeah. Want ek sien hulle check in daar.
Ek wil ook al vanaand gaan werk.
So what is your show about?
So, I do sport. I talk about all kinds of sport.
Now
at
look at
Radio
that
Easter River.
again.
I was actually, before I did this, I was actually a rugby player. I thought I was good. But yeah, I loved rugby. And om eerlijk te wees, het ek eintlik gesukkel om weg van dit te bly. En toe comedy nou oorvat, toe is dit baie makliker om net te sê, okay, ja. Want soos ek vertel vir mense, sê maar, jy doen 'n goeie tackle op 'n rugbyveld en die skare maak, dan voel jy hy in jou in.
Dat disappointment, ja.
Nie as jy so jy voel like, ek is nou die man, ek is die man. En wanneer jy op stage kom en die mense lag vir jou eerste joke wat jy miskien geskryf het en jy kan sien, dis laughter, is hy selfe type of feeling wat jy in jou wat ek in my kry as dit so is.
I like that because then it was easy to say goodbye.
Ja. Toen was het makkelijk, ja, want mijn vrouw het heel toe geskel. Jy moet ophou.
Was it because you weren't good at it, or is it just because it took you away from home a lot?
It took me away from home en dat was altijd seer geweest. Like, ik kan onthou, ek het my skouer iets in binne my skouer was gebreek geweest. En my dogter, ek dink sy was 1 jaar of 2 jaar oud. Toen moest ik wel een hele paar weken met een sling. En mijn vrouw wil niks verstaan. En ze zei, nee, zij wil rugby spelen. So zij gaan jou kind vast.
Ik hou van haar.
Ja, so sit met my plek.
Ons lyk mos dat jy self voel. As jy nie wil worry, moet jy voel.
En dis wat gebeur het.
And that is so awesome for me. So on your show, what is it? So you do sports?
All kind of sports. I try to cover all the types of sport, not just certain types. So one day I had PTD, with a different foundation. I had him on. I had Adrian Pawater. He's Jerome Pawater is his uncle. Then last week I actually had it. Not last week, week before, I had a TikTok on that comments about rugby related stuff.
Wow.
And then I had the radio not the radio Eerste Athletics. I also had on the show. I think I've got like 5 or 6 shows that I had so far. But I try to bring in different sport codes so that people are aware and kids are aware that there is in the area that kind of sport available to them. And maybe if there is, maybe like for instance, I'm speaking to a rugby agent at the moment so that people know how to contact these people, because there's a lot of, like when I spoke to athletics, Eerste Athletics, ons is 'n klomp vinnige kinders daar so in ons area, so hulle moet net inskryf daar so by hy. But is net baie kere is dit net dat ons het die knowledge het of ons weet nie hoe om in mini knowledge in te tap en ek het gerealize soos ons doen baie workshops hier, like career days by die werk. En dan gaan ons verduidelik ons vir kinders hoe om aansoek te doen vir beers en alles daai klomp goedes. Nou, ek was ook 'n persoon wat agter in die klasse sit en die gat maak en het nie gewaarig van skool nie. So vir my om kinders nou te sien, ek approach eers vir hulle om te sê, luister, net omdat jou punte nie so lyk, beteken dit nie dat sy nie eers kan kom nie. Hierso, ek sê vir hulle altyd, dis die les wat ek vir hulle leer is. Die skool het wifi, verniet wifi. Sy het 'n phone, sy weet hoe om Facebook op te sit, sy weet hoe om TikTok op te sit. So gebruik Google om vir jou te wys waar is die en waar is die, because why, like, ons het 'n powerful tool in ons hand, man, het kom by cellphones.
And we have to use it for the best of our ability, you know.
And sometimes weet ons net nie hoe om onsself te bemagtig.
Absolutely. And I'm grateful that you're guiding them. And also now, you know, now that your name is so strong in the community, you can influence the kids in a positive way and guide them, you know, grassroots level like that. You know, firstly, you have to get those things on your phone, and then this is how you use it. You know, en as jy wil verder gaan, moenie laat daai negative jou toekoms impact nie.
Yeah.
And I like that. Thank you so much, you know, because our kids, they are on the street and they are catching on nonsense and they end up doing things that they are not supposed to do, you know. So why can't, not why, but if you are a powerful voice, why can't we use, as we said here behind the mic, why can't we take that into the community, that voice and the mic, and say, listen, I'm not very, very good at this, but I know people.
That, yes.
You understand? Yes. So today we are going to have a workshop.
Yes.
Today we're going to have a famous rugby player here.
Yeah.
You know? Our people, because they don't see famous people a lot, they don't connect, not everyone, but you know, the underprivileged ones. So if you bring not to soften them or whatever, but to bring them to the place where they can learn from those people.
Yes.
And when they hear the story that I was an ordinary boy op 'n plaas of in die Cape Flats, en dis wat gebeur het met my.
Daar's baie soveel like brilliant stories van mense wat van weird background. Ek sê weird background, maar jy verstaan wat ek verstaan. Like ongelooflike disadvantage omstandighede uit te kom wat groot dinge maak. En net vir jou om te besluit dat ek gaan nie 'n percentage wees in die community nie. Is net een idea of een talk saam met 'n persoon wat kan nie gaan in your journey and wat is supposed to be.
Absolutely. And we have to create, with our voices that has become so strong. We have to create that opportunities if we can.
Yeah.
If we can. And one of our listeners says, Bradley Jones, Angelo moet op sy ma se bloeddruk so hoog opstoot.
Sy is 'n hoë bloedpille nie waar nie.
That's Bradley Jones. Thank you so much for tuning in. Angelo,
Ek gaan nie vloekie.
Ik ga niet vloeken. It's still in the mind here that you guys are on, in 2 different venues, and you just bring that video together, and it looks as if you guys are in one house. You're good like that. You're good like that. Angelo, our time is 9 minutes before the hour that we need to say goodbye. I can hold you hostage here forever. But I know you have a day job, and you made some sacrifices to be here today. And I want to honor the time that I said, that you will be here in studio with me. And people is listening, and they came to of Afrikaaps Radio. Of course, you have your listeners at Eerste Rivier, and so the Afrikaaps listeners, they heard you, they're listening to you today, and they heard different aspects of you, of who you are, and that for me is beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Die gesig en die funnyheid, now we can also add more. That you're a husband, you're a father, you have a day job, and you're actually giving other people an opportunity with comedy. You bring them onto the platform. Before I ask you this question, did you ever have somebody, wat ek even wag gevraat hou, that, I'm a comedian, en hy kom op en hy vertel sy jokes en niemand lag nie?
Dit het aan my ook al gebeur. Ek dink daai gebeur van samen die beste comedians. Daai is maar net een van die dinge wat moet gebeur in jou journey, en jy val net, hoe sê hulle, you die on stage.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah, you die on stage.
Jy spartel, jy stap af, of try again.
No, it depends, man. The type of crowds that you are in. Soos, ek was een keer in die Kapen. Ek gaan nie die plek se naam noem nie. Maar daar was 4 mense in die crowd gewees. En 3 van hulle was van Island. 1 was van Jamaica, denk ik. En hier kom ek en ek praat van, I identify as colored, en mense verstaan nie regtig waaroor my jokes gaan en allemaal.
En jou hare stryd ook, en jy kan het.
Ja, maar hoe kan ek sê, hulle kon nie, die of hoe, ek weet ook nie of ek nog te jong in die ding gewees het om te sien, nee, maar die mense sê, gaat hier goed, dus verstaan nie, want ek het een straight script gehad, wat ek sê, okay, die is my jokes, die is wat ek vertel, zodat ek gemakkelijk is, ek kan het onthou, want is al die klomp goed is wat men in het gaan, en die mense net nie gelach. Ek het gedink, even, ek het at least, a backup, wanneer een joke miskien nie snaaks, en lach ek, want mense sal noem my, dat mys lach is, en hulle likes my lach. Ek het gedink, my lach gaat my even nie help. Nee, hy mense, wat gedaan met die bro?
So you kept on, or you just decided, nie los,
no, I did my thing. I didn't care if they were not laughing. I didn't feel lekker inside, but I just kept on doing my jokes.
Yeah. I like that, because, you have people that support you, and you have people that don't support you.
Yeah.
But the show must go on.
It goes on.
The show must go on. Jy voel 'n bietjie chunk, maar gaat jy net aan. You do you, boo. I do me.
Yes.
But I know why I'm here.
Yeah.
I know why I'm here. That is at the back of my mind all the time. I know why I'm here. I know why I'm doing this. So you do you, and I do me.
Yeah.
Because I have a vision. There's something that I know that must, happen.
I do, actually.
You understand. So you kept on, and look at this now. If you had to give up then, what would have happened?
I don't know. Maybe just to be honest with you, ek is a persoon, I just do things. it wouldn't have been nice just to walk off the stage because you have to be professional also, you know. But I would have probably then went to the next gig and try again. But it's difficult when you flop on stage because your confidence take a knock and stuff. Yep.
You know, but like if you love it, you'll try again.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna rush through this. We have 4 minutes left.
Okay.
If there's a person that's contemplating to do some TikToks, what advice would you give to that person?
Just start. Honestly, just start. Don't put if you don't want comments, there's an option by saying turn off comments. Just start. If you enjoy what you're doing, just start. Ik zal het de hele tijd zeggen, just start.
Yeah, I like that. And for a comedian?
For a comedian person, if you also want to do it, just try it at least once. There's no harm in trying. En zoals ouders altijd zo zeggen, dat als je niet gaat vragen, gaat je nooit weten.
Yeah.
Hetzelfde zoals op je stage ook. Als je niet gaat trying, gaat je nooit weten. So just try it.
Exactly. So where's your next gig? What day? I mean, for the comedians.
It's the 4th of May. It's going to be on a Sunday. I had to move the date because of my wife is writing exams. She's studying. So I had to move the days. Normally it's on the first Wednesday. But this coming month it will be the first Sunday. The 4th of May. At Elkhoff in Kelsriver.
Oh, and your email ID to those that would like to...
Yes, please.
I'm going to say compete.
It's angelo.brisis. No, sorry, without the dot. It's angelo.brisis5, the number 5, at gmail.com. Angelo, Angelo, Brisis, Briesies, IES. Did I now say IES again?
IES,
Brisis. Brisis, and even all of my social medias, it's Angelo Brisis, Briesies, IES. As soos ligte wyntjies man, Brisis.
5@gmail.com.
Yes, that's correct.
For the aspiring comedians out there and you want to try your hand, is there a fee? Is there like a registration fee or what happened?
So,
if I may ask.
So all they have to do is contact me, ask for stage time. I'll say, look here, there isn't. Then there's no fee that they have to pay. They can even bring one guest without the guest paying. Because normally you want to bring your partner or you want to bring your driver, the person that's bringing you there. So I organize with the owner that they can come in for free, so that there's support also for them.
Oh, I like that. So if you feel that you have, you're a comedian and you would like to try this, please contact Angelo Brisis on angelobrisis5@gmail.com, and you can take a chance if this is something that you really, really like to do. Angelo, any last minute words before you say goodbye? Or in that breath you can say goodbye as well.
Yes, I just want to say thank you to all of the listeners and all the streamers, and thank you to Mercy and Dr. Sebastian. Thank you, Afrikaaps Radio, and if you're not following, please go follow me on Angelo Brisis on all platforms, YouTube as well, Instagram, all of that. I don't have a lot of Instagram followers because I think I'm too ghetto. They just want nice stuff. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, and it was really a nice show today.
You're welcome. It is our honor and a privilege to have you here, Angelique. I don't want to let you go, but I have to. And also, you watch me on Angelo's TikTok as well.
Yes, he will feature. He will definitely feature.
Thank you. He's going to make me famous. My first TikTok. Thank you so much, Angelo. I appreciate it. And God bless you. And thank you for who you are. Thank you for inspiring us. And thank you that, ek weet of Angelo kerk of, you know about the talents, van die ouens wat die talents gekry het, 1, 2, 3, and the one talent that the one guy got a talent to gaan stick het weg, man. But you're taking all that talents and you're increasing in that. But what I love about you is you're bringing people with you a trek mense saam met jou en sê kyk so is 'n platform vir jou. Kom doen wat jy moet doen. And thank you for that first TikTok.
Thank you.
That got us hooked. God bless you and your family and everything else that you do. May His hand just be upon you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And to the TikTokers, yay! Let me break